Cup standout Chase Elliott revisits the Truck Series for the first time in almost 3 years, and he's back with a flair. Dominant in qualifying, he'll try to become the 9th driver to win from the pole at Martinsville.
Check out Chase Elliott. He's in the Napa Valvoline Chevy. Chase is on the pole. He is very fast in every session today in qualifying, and look for him to be strong in the race. The Napa Chevy is on the pole.
You see our starting lineup again at the top of the screen. Our chasers, the 6 remaining in the hunt for the champion. Caitlin.
Well, Vince, Chase Elliott has not competed in a Truck Series race since November of 2013, but looking at this weekend, it seems he has not missed a beat. Now, he teamed up with Contreras Motorsports in that 71 entry, sat on the pole earlier today, but now this is kind of a joint effort between Contreras and Hendrick Motorsports, because when you look at pit road, he will have that 24 Sprint Cup pit crew pitting this truck for him throughout the course of the day. So expect Chase Elliott to potentially play the role of chase spoiler for some of these Truck Series regulars. Hermie?
Just about ready for the green. Chase Elliott, the pole winner on the inside. On the outside, it's Daniel Suarez racing at Martinsville.
It's all about getting down to the inside. You saw Cameron Haley, that 13 truck, turn hard left to get to the inside.
Paz Grala is going to get stuck 3 wide on the outside. That's not where you want to be.
He's going to lose some spots for it. Cole Custer really digging on the inside there in that 0-0, trying to keep Daniel Suarez on the outside and get that second place spot.
Phil, a lot of times we talk about on these restarts, will the leader take the high side or will he take the low side? We won't be having that conversation today. The leader is going to line up on the bottom until we get all the way to the checkered.
Suarez going to get hung out there in that spot, isn't he?
He's got a hole behind that 21. He probably should back off, let the 21 go, then duck in there in the 4th spot.
Chase Elliott, the early leader here at Martinsville. Of course, Elliott full-time in the Sprint Cup Series. First truck start in about 3 years. Isn't happy with the way he's driven here at Martinsville, so in preparation for the Cup race, he wanted to get some laps in the truck, and he has made it count here this weekend. Dominated all 3 rounds of qualifying to earn the pole, and he's out front here in the early going today.
Yeah, 6th place finish back in 2013 is his best here in the trucks at this racetrack.
That's Cole Custer in 2nd, Johnny Sauter, our first chaser, in 3rd, Suarez in 4th.
And that, yeah, I think it looks like the 29's a little bit off right now. He lost touch with Suarez. Now he's got William Byron all over him.
In fact, they're all stacked up behind him, and when you've got a slower truck, you're going to stack up the traffic behind you.
See Custer able to move in on Elliott here in traffic. Remember, both of these trucks came out of the Junior Motorsports stable.
And that's Johnny Sauter lurking right there behind them. Suarez has been able to keep contact with our leaders, but then there's another gap, Vince, like you talked about, back to Christopher Bell. Luckily, Bell's got Reddick behind him, and Reddick's a bit off the pace as well, so a little breathing room for those trucks.
That whole chain full of drivers to get by Reddick, but meanwhile a change in the lead. That's Cole Custer getting around the 71 of Chase Elliott, and also Johnny Sauter made it 2.
We know how much Johnny Sauter would like to get up there and lead a lap, get a bonus point here. Every point matters.
You know, we talked about at the start how these drivers want to be on the bottom. The top 3 racers right now all started on the bottom of the racetrack, so it pays off early and it'll pay off often.
Back-to-back 7th place finishes with Vegas and Talladega. Haven't really found the exact sweet spot of that 21 machine, but they've certainly got it this weekend as you see Chase Elliott work his way through traffic. Started on the pole, led the first 10 laps. He's now slipped back a couple of spots, running in 3rd. About a 1.5 seconds behind the leader, Johnny Sauter.
Yeah, he had fallen back to the 4th spot. He was able to get back by Daniel Suarez a few laps ago. Looked a little bit loose getting in the corner that time, didn't it?
You know, Phil, every lap I watch Chase, he goes in the corner. That truck just looks like it's hung out a bit, but he's doing a great job. And I just love seeing the Napa Chevy out there. That reminds me so much of Ron Hornaday running up near the front, winning races, and Ron, of course, championships, and it's fun to see that truck back out there. About Johnny Sauter there, Phil, he didn't give Cole Custer a reason to boot him back. He passed him cleanly. It's early in the race. You need to make sure you do that so that you don't have the people out, other drivers out there thinking, well, you rooted me out of the way, I'm going to get you back.
Chase Elliott in that 71 truck started on pole, led the first 10 laps, and then Cole Custer took over and led 17 before Sauter grabbed the advantage. Looking at Cole Custer out the front window of Chase Elliott's machine, and just ahead of Custer is the leader, Sauter.
Yeah, Chase had fallen back a little bit. Actually fell back to fourth behind Suarez, probably a couple seconds off this lead duo, and then got back by Suarez and just drove right up to these guys. Ooh, a little bit of contact between a couple lap trucks.
And
Caution clock under 5 minutes, Mike, so teams will be keeping an eye on that situation as well. Maybe the first time coming to pit road. Hermie?
Vince, the 21 started out too tight. The truck will not rotate right there through the center of the corner. But as they've run through this fuel run, he is now too loose on exit. He cannot get the throttle down on exit of turn 2 and turn 4. They'll adjust it when they come to pit road at the end of this caution clock, if not sooner.
And Vince, I just wanted to remind you, these trucks use a tremendous amount of brakes here at Martinsville. They are slamming on the brakes getting into the corner. We're going to watch all these racers and make sure we don't see brake problems develop, but especially if you're a chaser, you better be 90% on those brakes this early in the race, because the brakes are so good, Phil, you can overheat them quickly because of the stopping power they have. That could cause you troubles later.
Yeah, that will boil the brake fluid, and then you lose your brake pedal.
Well, Hermie, Chase Elliott has made 2 starts in the truck here at Martinsville. Best effort of 6. He started out the run a little bit loose. He says, I'm too tight now. They're going to go ahead and elect to do a 4-tire stop, make a chassis adjustment, and fuel as well for the 71 of Chase Elliott.
You can see all the brake dust off that right front tire that they took off that 71 truck. So who wins the battle off pit road? Looks like it's going to be Chase, followed by Cole Custer.
The pit crew getting it done for Chase Elliott. Chase race number 4. The first race in round 2 of the chase for the trucks. It's Martinsville Speedway. With Phil Parsons, Michael Waltrip, I'm Vince Welch, Hermie Sadler, and Caitlin Vinci on pit road. And our leader is Chase Elliott. Started the race from the pole. And his pit crew, after slipping back to third, just absolutely got it done on this first round of pit stops. Got him out first. Thank you, Caitlin. Keep an eye on that story, certainly, as it continues to develop and this race progresses. Getting ready for the restart with Chase Elliott on the inside, Cole Custer on the outside.
Good start by Custer. He's able to hang beside Chase, but man, it's tough to gain the position on the high side. If he could just hold off Johnny Sauter, it would be a success.
Great move to get to the inside in front of the 21 of Johnny Sauter.
Boy, everybody on the outside just looking for a spot to get down, and it is especially difficult on these restarts.
You know, they put some of the same solution on the outside group that they used at Bristol a couple of months ago. They put it down there for the late model race with some success, but I don't think they put any more down, and it looks like it's worn off.
Just seem to get that rhythm back. There's our leaders. Chase Elliott has done a great job of taking the lead on the strength of his pit crew and holding it. We saw him really rally, Phil, after 10, 12, 15 laps, lost the lead, but then really started to come back late in that run. Be interesting to see if that crew could make the right adjustments so that he can be strong throughout. Looks like Custer's looking to the bottom.
Also during that round of pit stops that Chase Elliott's crew did so successfully, we had a driver change in the 50 truck. Travis Quapple getting out, Dexter Stacy getting in. Hermie?
Yeah, the word is Travis Quapple under the weather, not feeling well, so under that caution, it took about 3 pit stops, but Travis Quapple is out, Dexter Stacy is in.
Thank you, Hermie. Stacy, 23 years old, from Quebec. Made a couple of truck starts last year at Texas and Homestead. First time we're seeing him this season.
Joins DJ Kennington and Cameron Haley as a couple Canadians out there. So we've got an international flair to our starting lineup here in Southern Virginia.
How about Daniel Suarez from Mexico?
They're all chasing Chase Elliott. This reminds me of the rule that was put into play this week by NASCAR. NASCAR announcing that Sprint Cup Series drivers with more than 5 years full-time experience will be able to compete in just 7 truck races beginning next season. And those drivers cannot race in the regular season finale or any of the 7 Chase races. Interestingly enough, though, it really wouldn't affect Chase Elliott because he's only been a full-time Cup Series driver for a year.
For 4 more years, it wouldn't affect him, right?
Well, and I think that's great that NASCAR is limiting 7, pick a number, I don't really care, but limiting the guys from racing in our playoffs. I think that's really important. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, those are some of the guys that come down and run the trucks, and they're not going to be able to run in the playoffs. I love that.
Close to halfway at Martinsville. Everyone is chasing Chase. We're halfway at Martinsville. Chase Elliott in the 71 leading the race. The 00 of Cole Custer on the chase. And so many others trying to stay on the lead lap or stay out of the way. I mean, you can't hide here at Martinsville on this half mile, and even the leaders are in traffic almost every single lap.
Yeah, that 05 of John West Townley desperately wants to stay on the lead lap. It's not going to happen for him as Chase Elliott gets down to the inside, but that brought Cole Custer right up there with him. The ground he lost trying to get by the lap trucks.
And those 2 trucks, Phil, have driven away from 3rd place Johnny Sauter. The caution clock continues to tick down. Like you said, the garage area said, no way we're going to have a caution clock go off. These guys are going to wreck early and they're going to wreck often. Well, we're just a few minutes away from it expiring.
Frustrating when you feel like you've got a fast truck and you're being held up by slower traffic, even though there's not a whole lot of places to go out here.
Let's just make a note at the halfway point of the race, Timothy Peters was 18th. Let's see what kind of progress with a good truck now that he can make throughout the second half of this race.
He's only about 4 or 5 seconds ahead of our leader, but that should hold off here with our caution clock only at 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
There's the 98 of Rico Abreu and the silver truck. That's the 81 of Ryan Truex.
Yeah, Abreu goes the second lap down. Truex
would be 3 once he gets past.
I just like the pace that Cole Custer has been able to keep. He hasn't pressured Elliott at all, but he's just went everywhere that Chase has gone. There's no real reason to go up there and punish your brakes or your tires and try to lead this race right now. You just want to keep that guy in front of you honest. Don't let him save his stuff.
71 of Chase Elliott decided to take the outside. You wonder if, since they're teammates really out of Junior Motorsports, that Cole will lag back enough to let Chase get in front of him, then they'll go on and try to fight it out themselves.
As long as they do this properly, it always works nicely. If Cole doesn't get the speed he needs, it's going to stack them up below. See how they pull it off. There goes Elliott to the bottom, just like they choreographed.
Executed perfectly. Chase Elliott to the point. By the way, on Hermie's report talking about William Byron stalling it, he lost 5 spots. That cost him some significant position, and Timothy Peters gained 6 on his pit stop, so some movers forward and backward during that round of pit stops.
Yeah, we talked about Peters being down in the 18th position halfway with a good running truck. They made a good move on that caution there. Got some positions on pit road. His truck's fast. He's all the way up to the 10th spot now. Let's see if he can keep going.
So Haley gets
Hemrick in the lead, stayed out, so he's got still the same tires that he had on before. The 8 of John Hunter Nemechek came in, got 2 tires. He's in second. Chase Elliott in third. He got 4.
And right behind him is Johnny Sauter. We heard Johnny tell his crew that adjustment they made was the best he had, and now if he got another one just like that, see if he can do anything with Chase Elliott if they're able to dispose of these 2 ahead of them.
John Hunter being able to make the pass on Hemrick. Here comes Chase Elliott. Remember, John Hunter Nemechek's finished second the last 2 times they've run here, Vince.
And he finds himself in the lead, seeing if he can hold off a really steamy 71 truck of Chase Elliott.
Nemechek in front, Chase Elliott in second. Our first chaser in the mix is Johnny Sauter right there in that green 21 machine. He's in third.
John Hunter takes the inside as we thought he would. Chase Elliott, if you're going to make up any time on the outside, you have to do it right after a restart. So it would not shock me. Remember, only 2 tires for John Hunter Nemechek, 4 for Chase Elliott. It would not shock me to see Chase Elliott battle him for that lead here on the outside.
And you know what? It won't shock me to see Chase Elliott really, John Hunter Nemechek really diamond in the corners. Don't stay down against that curve. It's getting late. You're going to have to make a few enemies maybe to get to victory lane. I look for John Hunter to move Chase Elliott up the hill. We'll see if that takes place.
Would that open the bottom for Johnny Sauter, maybe?
Nemechek on the inside, Chase Elliott on the outside. Restart and green at Martinsville. Nemechek to the point. Sauter trying to get a position on Chase Elliott. Not going to be easy. Boy, they're beating and banging Timothy Peters and Cameron Haley.
Great side-by-side battle for second between Sauter and the 21, Elliott and the 71.
Good move through the center of the corner by Chase Elliott, but Sauter's going to prevail on the outside, or inside, excuse me.
Johnny Sauter's been so happy with his truck this weekend. Does he have enough now to get to John Hunter Nemechek for the win? The final 30 laps. Keep your head and got to go points racing at this point, and maybe a couple of more yellows. No telling how this thing could shake out. Sauter on the inside, Nemechek on the outside. Under 20 left at Martinsville.
See if Chase Elliott can get underneath that 8 truck to take over that second spot and chase down the 21 of Sauter.
Good start by Chase Elliott. He is indeed inside of the 8. Oh, look at the contact there. Christopher Bell trying to power his way inside of Nemechek.
Nemechek wasn't having it.
And look who's up to 5th.
Timothy Peters.
Is that your short track veteran really putting it down when it counts?
Racing right now with one of the very best trucks we've had all day long, and Cole Custer and the 00 and the inside line will prevail.
Johnny Sauter in the 21, your race leader. He's won here at Martinsville twice before. Can he hold off Chase Elliott?
They're going to be the longest 14 laps of the year for him. He's got the lead. He knows how good Chase has been all day. He can't bobble. He can't make a mistake. And when you try to give it all you got here at Martinsville, that's when mistakes happen. Look at Byron. He's now rallying.
Getting by Daniel Hemrick for 8th.
Boy, I like having Johnny Sauter in my truck with the lead with just outside of 10 laps to go. A 2-time winner here.
And plus, that thing isn't bobbling off the corner either, Phil. Look at Matt Crafton. Ben Kennedy tried to close the door. Crafton said, I got to have it.
Sauter continues to lead.
I keep watching for Sauter to slip a tire on exit, Vince, and give Chase Elliott a chance to get in there. But Johnny's just been solid lap after lap.
7 laps to go. Sauter, the veteran, 2-time winner here. Remember, Chase Elliott said he wanted to run this race just to get more laps, more experience for the Cup race on Sunday, and he's been so good. Fastest in all 3 qualifying rounds. He's led a lot of laps here in this race. In fact, the most laps Chase Elliott has led in this race today. But right now, he's got to chase the veteran Sauter, who's been in love with his truck all weekend long.
Yeah, Chase wanted to run this race for experience, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to win this race too.
And you can see how smart Chase is. Watch him. He's just nipping up to the center of the track a little bit in the center of the corner. You can see him running a bit higher than Sauter, so he can try to duck it to the bottom on exit and get a good run. He's not only challenging for the win, but he's learning a lot of things that will help him tomorrow.
See if lap traffic ends up playing a role here in these final laps.
That's the key to Sauter's success. You saw him just rocket off the corner, straight and steady, and drive away from Chase Elliott on exit.
Less than 4 to go.
Boy, Chase is right there. What a great corner by Chase.
Now Johnny's got to go into defense mode. He's got to block.
That curb is his friend. You want to stay right next to the curb. Don't get into the curb, though.
3 to go at Martinsville. Sauter trying to hold off Chase Elliott. Johnny Sauter in the chase. If he wins this race, he automatically clinches a spot in the championship race at Homestead.
And what a great turn 2 exit Sauter had. Can he put together a few more of those?
2 laps to go for Johnny Sauter.
Remember, Chase Elliott won a truck race up in Canada, made contact in the last corner with Ty Dillon to win that race.
Just booted him out of the way to take the checkered. What will he do here at Martinsville?
He has about 3 corners left.
A little bit of a gap, but Chase closes right up. Coming to the white flag for Johnny Sauter. A half mile to go.
Chase has 2 decisions to make. Do I hit him in 1 or not? And do I hit him in 3 or not?
Great 1 and 2 for Johnny Sauter.
Yeah, great turn by Sauter. Might be enough, Phil.
through 3 and 4. Johnny Sauter's going to do it, punching the ticket to Homestead. He'll race for the championship. Sauter wins at Martinsville. Pole winner Chase Elliott led the most laps, finished second today. Caitlin?
Yeah, Vince, he was the runner-up today. Very close battle there at the end with you and Johnny Sauter. Did you feel like you had anything for the 21?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Looking back, obviously, I wish I had done a little something different. I got loose off 2, coming back to the checkered, and that was probably my opportunity to try to get him. But hey, I mean, you got to be careful. Those guys are racing for a championship, and for me, you know, some days it's just not worth, you know, making a mistake and wrecking the guy or whatever. So obviously wish we could have got him, but I appreciate everybody's hard work. I feel like I learned a lot today, and at the end of the day, that's the most important thing for tomorrow.
Thank you. Now Chase Elliott will focus on the Cup race for tomorrow. Vince?
Great run for Chase, but this day belonged to the 21. Johnny Sauter wins at Martinsville.